Before speaking anything, we are asking support from our Creator who have created us, and we are asking to escape from that one who is our enemy, Shaitan, to his shelter, to the Creator's shelter. He gave me advice, and today I'm breaking that advice. He says to me, my son, don't stand in the presence of elderly people to speak to them. Elderly people, they always more wiser than you. They have seen the sun before you. You must learn from them. I am not speaking here to teach you something, because most of you, I'm seeing you are older than me. You have seen the sun before me. But because they have given me invitation to come to speak about the matter that I have born and grow up in it, I just like to say a couple of words that we will exchange, we will understand that we have no differences. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are running away from Shaitan, trying to escape from evil, and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, we are escaping to our Creator, to His shelter. And we are asking our Creator to keep Shaitan evil away from us. We are not declaring war to him, but we are asking to the owner of that one to keep him away from us. When that one is away from us, then we will all say, He has created us from one male and female. Every one of us, when we go to the roots, we will find our roots to the one male, one female. In His presence, in divine presence, there is no separation. There is no different nationality or different races or different religions. But we, and so many who came before us with so many different ideas, separated, and continuously, especially this last century, we are in top speed separating ourselves from each other. You all know and believe the Adam, first man and the first prophet to all mankind. And continuously from that time up till the last prophet, the seals of the prophets, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, between that one and the last prophet, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, according to our knowledge, that coming from divine presence, 124,000 prophets have been sent down to earth to a mankind, in different times, to different tribes, to different nations. Some prophets, they only represent the small groups. Some prophets, they have been sent to a larger communities and to different nations. Of course, from among this, there is very holy ones, high ones, like Prophet Ibrahim, Abraham, who is the father of all religions, all main rooted religions, which is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He is representing these three religions. And from one of his sons, Jacob, the Bani Israel, the children of Israel, today calling Jews, different tribes. And the other son, Ismail, what we call today Islam, people of following who's Muhammad. And from that tribe coming, according to our knowledge and understanding and our faith, according what Islam and the book of Quran saying, Jesus, Isa, one of the holiest prophets that the God have created and have sent down to mankind to show them the right direction again, because centuries passing, mankind is losing their way, following their own ego, their own understanding, losing the way. So that God, with His mercy, He is sending His prophets to put us back to main road, to teach us what is it that He wants from us and how we're going to worship to Him. So all prophets came teaching all mankind one thing first: all of you have been created from one Lord, same one who have created you, your fathers, and who passed, who's going to come in the future. And not only the man, but everything else that is existing, He is the creator of all. And all prophets came to represent that one, to speak for that one's behalf, to teach us what is that one wants from us, and what is it our duties in this world, and how we have to live this life, and how we have to expect to go back to our own original house. This is our waiting place here. Our original place is the paradise that we have came down, and we have to go back there. Every one of us. If we like each other or not, we're going back there. So we have to find a fair ground here to learn, to start loving each other, understanding each other, because we're going back to the paradise. The mankind have been sent it for that, not for this. They have been created for that paradise, not for this world. So this world is separating us. So many difficulties, so many different things is standing in our way, and we are separating ourselves. And especially, like I said, for the last 1 century, the mankind, from Judaism to Christianity to Islam and to almost all men, lost their direction. Because in reality, we have left what we really believe. We have left their footsteps, and we follow our own ego, and we follow our own desires. So Shaitan is there, is standing evil, whispering to our ego, and is making us to become enemies. In reality, no religion is making people to become enemies. Every religion is teaching people how to be a servant to their Lord. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. We all have been created for the service of our Lord. As I hear a couple of things that have been said here, and I see certain protocol is going, which everywhere we have protocols, that is reminding us that our Lord also put a protocol on us, how to live in this world. And when we start searching that protocol, the beginning of our creation, how we ascended down from the paradises to the world, and what is the expectation, what is that we have to do in this world, and how to go back to our origin place, our home, back to paradise. First man and first woman, which we can say our great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandmother. Adam and Hawa, whatever my pronunciation maybe is a little different than yours, but you all know that it's the same one. And with the divine, so many people, they said they make the mistake in paradise, so they have been sent down this to our punishment, this and that, but divine order has to take its course, and the destiny has to happen. And the Creator make them to move toward that way, for them to be sent down to earth, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Creator, have created men to be His deputies on this earth. So first man He sent it down, Adam, to be his deputy with his wife. Then from them children start coming. Some saying our great grandmother Hawa, she was pregnant over 200 times, and every time when she was giving birth, she had twins, one boy, one girl every time. So that start multiplying. When the children, they start growing and they start becoming independent to themselves and looking around and to trying to live in this world which was new to them also, the order is coming to first man Adam, saying to him, "Now you are not only their father now, but you are also their prophet, you are also their guide. You must speak to them and you must guide them and you must teach them what is right and what is wrong." So when our father was putting his children in front of him and he was speaking to them and he was trying to tell them what is right and what is wrong in this world, what is to do, what is not to do, what is it to be obedient to Allah and what is it not to be, some of his children, they accepted it, and some of them, they became disobedient to him. So, through the history coming down and those children multiplying and going different parts of the world and becoming different tribes, becoming different nations, using different languages, they all needed other guides. So God starts sending other prophets to them from among them, showing them what to do. So the people, they always needed guide in reality to show them how to live in this world. And that guide has to be one of their kind, to be able to sit and to talk and to tell them. That's why God sent the prophets. They were not like us. They are very high station in divine presence, but they made out from the same material as we. This way we will have familiarity with them and we will be able to sit and talk with them. Otherwise, the God had the power to send us, not the prophets, but the angels. Instead of giving angels to prophets, sending angels to us. Or so many people today running, searching, taking books here and there, saying, look what the book says. Muslims, they say, go to Quran. Christians, they say, go to Bible. The Jews, they say, go to Old Testament, New Testament. But then we say to them, where is your testament? Why don't you go to your own book? Your own book is here. Judge things according what is right and what is wrong. We are printing millions of books. Everyone has books now. We broke the protocol because we go through the books now. We don't accept any authority. We don't accept anybody who has knowledge to speak to us, to accept, to sit down and think, what is it speaking? Is it right or wrong? Is it fitting me or not? Or is it fitting to my ego or not? So we have that problem today because we all know how to read and write. We say we can go directly to the source, and especially the Muslims, when they take the Quran and they open it and they start reading by themselves and they start putting their own commentary in it, they finding themselves on the other side and fighting with the mankind. But when we are taking that book and we say, this book did not really send down to us, it sent down to that prophet. And that prophet, through his sayings, teach people how to live that book. So for us, we must take him first, his lifestyle, and we must take him as our guide that time we'll be able to understand the real meanings, what is coming there for us and for all people, because that is also mentioned, all people, all other religions is mentioned in that book. So many becomes blind, they close their eyes to that, and they become enemy to each other. God did not create us to become enemies to each other. He is ordering to us that He have created us, He have made us to different nations, different races, different parts of the world, to go find one and each other, and to learn and exchange knowledge from each other, and to make it better to our life, and to prepare a better place for children that is coming after us. Sufism, when Prophet Muhammad was immigrating also from Mecca to Medina, and they entered to a cave with his companion Abu Bakr Siddiq, he gave secret to his heart, saying, this is what you have to practice through the heart, then you will progress yourself, you will clean yourself, and you will be having enough energy and power fighting against the evil forces that is surrounding you. Of course, as I say, in Sufism, our teachings and our masters, what they are teaching to us, if we are walking in the street, Sufi, if there is a stone in the street, he cannot kick that stone. He should show respect, to bend down, to take it, and to put it on the side, thinking some other people come, they may step on it and fall down. It may be a blind man. He cannot see, so you move that stone. But you cannot move that stone kicking to the side. You have to bend down, remembering with your Creator's name, taking that and putting aside. That is the main teachings in Islam about Sufism, and that's how Sufis they should be. Not also today's Sufis. They have swords and guns and everything in their hand, going, cutting. And this. That does not fit to Sufism also. But because we don't fit to that, originally that system is good and is working for all mankind who is following the footsteps of that. Depending what kind of master, what kind of teacher you have, and how strict he is with those matters. Which my master, he is a very holy man, Shaykh Muhammad al-Rabbanî. He is a very humble man. He is a very beloved man, lovely man. But when he comes tricking and fooling and testing and training the egos, he is very hard. And he was very hard on us in that matter, and we love him for that because he was very hard on us. And if he wasn't the character that I have, I could be a terrorist today. But he was very hard on us, and now we are afraid to touch it and to kill it and to say, this is God's creation. He has created this. We cannot touch, we cannot destroy. So of course, so many books reading about Sufism, so many things coming out that Sufism came in 800s or after Prophet passed 400, 500, 700 years. That is not true. True is Prophet and his companion, they were living Sufism. Without name, their lifestyle was Sufism. They were living Sufism, and they left us. And all those people who came after, which you have just mentioned earlier, Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi, he is one of the main pillars that the whole West knows, or Sheikh Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi also, he is one of the figures that the West knows and they respect. Those ones, they live Sufism in their time, in their own self. And when you go to Konya, today's Turkey, that time, in that city, there was Christians, Jews, Muslim, and his place was open to everyone, and everyone was going over there, and everyone was worshiping. Everyone was doing according the way that they believed that they were worshiping. He didn't separate them. And when he passed away, so many people, they were running who was going to carry his coffin because of the respect. Jews, Christians, and Muslims, they run. Of course, today we are not finding there is some people like that. They are hiding themselves to the corners, and this street is left to those tyrant ones to go around tyrannizing people. There is a divine secret in that, and the God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is offering to us to be good ones, to be true ones, first to test and to check our own self, to make ourselves to be good ones, then to try to reach others without separating. The constant job, it is first is to please their Lord. The priority is to please their Lord. Priority is to worship much as they can, and to not to have empty time, and to remember their God through their heart, remembering through His names, His divine names, and sitting together, praying together, and not having so much of worldly pleasures and treasures running after, but the main thing to be able to make your Lord to be happy with you, to prepare yourself for hereafter life. Because this life, it is only passing. Of course, you have to go to work to earn for your livings, but you should not go crazy to say, okay, I have this room here, it is enough for me. You have to find a way to stop yourself saying, this is enough for me, I can live in it, I don't have to have a palace. So with that time now, running, making materialism and running after materialism and to become capitalist, you spend your time with your Lord, remembering Him more you making zikr, more you remembering, more you go to seclusion, then you will be able to reach to the one step in this world, one step hereafter, so you will become a bridge, preparing yourself to go out from this life when your time comes, quickly and easily. That is the main teachings in Sufism for a man to try to build himself, how to look and what to expect and what to send to the other life. Because as I said earlier, this world, it is the ground of the paradise. Whatever we are planting here, that's what we're going to collect to the other side. Sufism, it is what we call tasawwuf. It's coming tariqat. Tariqat means the ways. The ways, the roads that is taking people from this world to akhirat. That is really meaning, the word's meaning is tariqat. And tariqat, it is what you call those people there is like we are following tariqat of Naqshbandi. Naqshbandis are that ones. The tariqat is the way, and Naqshbandis, those are the ones who's concentrating on the heart and constantly working on the heart. So the other tariqats, they're concentrating, going on seclusion, trying to open the ways, but we are trying to concentrate on the heart, to put seal into our heart, the seal first to the Lord's, the Creator's names, then to understand His secret creatures. So Sufism coming from that time, Ahl Suffa, those people that they were around the Prophet and the Prophet's house, and behind the Prophet's house, they were sitting there all night long, and they were praying, and they were reciting Quran, and they were learning all night, because night time is very special in Islam. You must sacrifice your sleep, and you must get up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, to be with your Lord while everyone is sleeping. So those people, that's what they were doing. They call them Ahl Suffa, those people that they have cleaned themselves. They are pure. That's what really meaning is tasawwuf, the people who's purifying themselves, who's reaching to perfection, to perfect stations. The masters of that time, don't think me, no, but my master, they reach to that perfection, and they are looking to the, because everyone is giving secrets. Everyone, they have divine secrets in their heart, and the masters, they looking how to bring that secret out, how to polish it, and to present it. It's like diamonds. You go all the way down, you take that big rock, big piece of coal, you come out, cutting in pieces this, then you come a little small diamond, and It's priceless. It's polishing, cutting nicely and beautiful. So people, they carrying on their head, on their neck, on their hands. We, as of humans, we all have secrets. What is your secret? So many people, they say, this is what they are saying. The Jesus is carrying the divine secrets from the God's secret. You are carrying that too. I am carrying. That soul, that spirit that is giving to you, is coming from your Creator. This body doesn't mean anything. As soon as that spirit comes, this body falls down, and you love him so much, but he said, take him and put him under the ground because he's going to smell. You cannot put him in the house. The real secret is to look at that spirit and to polish it and to present it. And of course, so many times, when it's more polished, then you'll be able to see in one, our grand chef, Master Shaykh Abdul, my father was serving him. He said to him, my son, when I look at the forehead of a person, I can tell you how intelligent he is. So my father looked at him and says, my Shaykh, when you look at his forehead, and you say how intelligent he is, he said, what about his face? He said, his face is his book. Whatever is here is reflecting here. So the Sufis, they try, because they know that there is people with their eyes, with their vision, they look. They try to put that reflection, because they cannot hide, they cannot cheat anybody, they can only cheat themselves. To perfect themselves, when those they look to see the divine. La ilaha illallah, 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 la ilaha illallah. We are, as of Sufis, we are disciplining our own self. Now we're coming to that part, how the Sufis are working. Disciplining our own ego. And disciplining ourselves, we have to do certain amount of remembrance every day. We cannot just say, I did this much today, tomorrow I don't have to do. So, for instance, I have to do 10,000 times La ilaha illallah, 10,000 times Allah, this many times giving praising to prophets, this many times declaring the oneness of our Lord. So now there are so many other things coming in it. So now this leads here, is counted, there is 200 here. And when I go like this one time, I know it's 200. Then I pull this one to a side, so I collect one 200 times. Then I go again, so it is a tool to me to be able to make my remembrance properly and exactly that amount. So if I finish that amount that day, in early times, then now I'm free to do much as I want more, other extras. But we are concentrating to do certain amounts according, we give remembrance to people according to their time. Some people, they work 8 hours, they don't have too much time. We give them less. Some people, they work 2 hours, they have too much time. We give them more. So that time, more you do, more you progress in your own self, because you cannot cheat yourself. You say, I have to say, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, this many times, and more you say, in Turkish we say, if you remember something 40 times a day, that happens to you. If you believe something 40 times every day, that's start happening to you. So, what about if you remember in your Lord 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times a day, it will make progress on you. So this is testing. This is what it is. The turban is representing, as you know, in Muslim religion, when we die, they don't put us in the coffin boxes to make us to wear suit and tie and to put nice makeups. They put you, they cover you, because it is forbidden to look at the dead person's face, according to Islam. It comes with very heaviness after a while. So you wrap him up, the whole body, in a white cloth, which we are hoping and praying, of course, that is in the judgment day, when everyone is going to rise from the graves, when this world is going to come to an end, and the first prophets, they're going to rise, and all the other ones rise to go into judgment place, to be questioned what they did in the world. We believe that we're going to get up, not naked, with that cloth that is wrapping us around. And the white cloth that is on my head, this is my shrine, that when I die, they're going to take this coconut and wrap me in it, and to bury me with it. So, they say, when you are carrying your dead coconut in your head, how are you going to think of bothering other people? That is a reminder to you to be a good one, not to be a bad one. Of course, different signs, different colors represent different things. I'm a traveler. I have no place on this earth. Now, I'm traveling. Every place is mine. Everywhere I put my feet belongs to me. This place belongs to me now. I'm traveling. I leave from here, take it, have it. Someday later I come back, I said it's mine. So I'm a traveler. Anywhere I go with my white turban, that if something happens and I die, which of course I was in the old days, today we are just doing because to follow the tradition. In the old days, people, they were coming from Central Asia to come to Mecca. In the way they died. Their families doesn't know. They wrap them up, they bury them right away there, where they died. So this is to remind us, remind me, all the time I'm traveling and I may die, so it is on my head to bury me. Of course, my friends, they're not going to let me here, they're going to go everywhere, taking me in the plane air, putting more difficulties to a dead body too in these days. But it's a reminder. When they are wearing a green turban, green in Islam representing the paradise. And the green is representing their hometown. This is their hometown. They are Americans, really. So this is their hometown. So they are in their hometown. So they are wearing the green turban. Of course, different shapes of the head, covers and the cones and different ways wrapping the turbans. That represents different tariqas, different Sufi ways, and different masters. In these days, so many people, they don't look to that. But in the old days, when a two Sufi far away, they see each other, right away they know from their figures or the way their turban is, this is Qadri, that one is Naqshbandi, that one is this belongs, meaning that belongs to that university, that teaching high station universities. So it's representing, making people to understand, to know where they belong, which tariqas, which masters. The colors, they were representing, some colors they were representing their nationality, which part of the world, which continent of the world they were coming. Of course, in these days, so many doesn't look at that, and we're not expecting them to look at it. The person likes to wear green, says to me to wear green. So many don't like to wear white, because they say, remembering the death, it is a death coffin. So Lokman is always like to wear green, because he wants to remember paradise. But I'm a traveler, and I have to wear white. So that is representing that. The cane is representing when Adam had been sent down from paradise, first man, he sent down to the earth. And he sent down and he looked all the animals, wild animals around too. And the snake that pulled him, that the shaitan, he will enter into the snake, and that one sent down from paradise to the snake who's living in the paradise. He was very friendly with Adam and Hawa, but shaitan, Azazil, pulled the snake and said, open your mouth, I enter through you inside and I speak to them. So that's why they got food, because they trust the snake. The snake was their friend, but the shaitan was speaking through the snake to them. And he sent out from the paradise, and he became enemy. So Adam looked, he says, oh my Lord, I am your weak servant. You drove me from paradise to this world. I am all alone. You took my wife away. I cannot see him. I have no protection. All these animals, they got ready to attack me. What I'm going to do? So Lords of Heaven saying, hold a cane in your hand. And that dog touched his head. So when he touched to the head of the dog turned around and started barking all the wild animals. Wild animals ran away, and he says, that cane, hold it, because that shaitan is running away from you when you are walking around with that cane. We believe that, of course, symbolically, that we're trying to carry because we believe every prophet carried that, and we're trying to hold on to the traditions of the
وعلى كل الأجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما والحقني بالصالحين. آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
إلى شرف النبي مصطفى صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم آله أصحابه الكرام إلى مشايخنا في طريقة النقشبندية آلية حسرة يا رب طريقة الأوس حليقة شاه الدين محمد الويسي بوهاري سلطان الأولياء شيخ عبد فيزة الأسلاني سلطان الأولياء دولة الإسلام صاحب الزمان شيخ سلطان مولانا محمد ناظم الحقاني محمد مهدي عليه السلام عيسى عليه السلام.
Of course, there is after 19th century, Sufism have been taking very strong punch. I hate to say that, but with the help of Western world in our countries, which I served 2 years ago in Turkey, 6 months in jail, because I was Sufi. Because I was sitting in my own apartment, and I had 10 people, and we were practicing, we were sitting and remembering God saying Allah, Allah. So the police came, broke the doors, they took us, and they put me in jail 6 months. They tried to do so many things to scare us. And because of this turban is forbidden also in Turkey, and this clothes is forbidden. Because they said these are religious identity, you cannot wear them to walk in these streets. So it is not only in Turkey, it is in Egypt, which is the big saints coming, Uzbekistan, in Uzbekistan, and all that part of the world that Sufism was strong and is spreading everywhere, it's banned. But when we are looking is that they banned Sufism, the Sufis in the history, you can never find that the Sufis, they did something wrong or they went attacking other Sufis, the groups of Sufis. But you will find people, what you call radical Islamists, they go and attacking others and killing and destroying. Then we are finding today also that today is the Saudi Arabia is the one who's representing radical ones, which we call Wahhabism. They are completely against the Sufism. And we are finding the West is supporting them, but the West is not supporting Sufism. Sufism is not supported, but it's banned. So the people, they cannot leave Sufism openly. So what they have to do? They have to go under the ground. They have to hide themselves, which today Sufism in Turkey is still very strong, but they are under the ground. They cannot come above because they will be jailed, because they are practicing Sufism. So when you are finding one side, the governments, they are forcing you to live the way that they want you to live, and you are finding in your heart, your Prophet saying to you, live like this. You cannot live both. And the Prophet saying to us, long as you live in their country, you must obey their laws. So now their laws is forbidding us living Sufism freely. So if we cannot live Sufism freely, living Sufism, not living, that means we are not practicing our religion. What we have to do? We have to go under the ground. So the mosques, they are supported by the governments. Mosques, they are official place. Official place, they only speak official words. And when you go to a mosque, the imam is over there, he is a paid man, and he is speaking whatever the paper they give to him. He cannot speak to you whatever, every word the Quran is saying. They said, this is the paper you're going to read. You cannot speak your own mind to these people, or your own understanding of Islam. You have to speak what we give to you. So if the rulers, especially I am giving example from Turkey, if the rulers, they are communist ideal people, which not believing in God and not accepting, they know that they cannot remove the religion, but they have religion under their control, and they're teaching people whatever they want. They give you on, they say you are in the payroll, you're going to speak this, you cannot speak anything else. So at that time, we cannot collect the fruits of the Sufism now in these days. It is not possible, because it is banned. But if they leave it, if they, today, also for us, not only there, but also in this country, that up to my house, to upstate, which I call Derga, which like church, people coming and worshiping. Up till now, so many times they are coming non-stop, going back and forth. They said, we came to see if everything all right, you get something from us. So thank you, come drink coffee and tea. Of course, we are not dummy or Ustavis. We know why they're coming, but we have no problem with the government. We have no problem with the laws. We have no problem because we will learn and we will find the way how to live according to those laws. Today's governments, they don't like communities together. And in Sufism, there is a very high respect to a Shaykh. An individual who's following the Shaykh, the master, they must consult with that Shaykh what they have to do in their worldly life, and especially when it comes to voting. In democracy, you go and you vote to the governments, you vote to different parties. So now the governments, they are seeing those figures, those spiritual figures, big threat to them. Because now if there is 100,000 people following me, and they come to me and they say, Sheikh, there is an election, which party we should give our vote? I said to them, give to that party. So they know the party that I'm going to choose is going to be at least the party that believes in God some way, somehow. They know. I'm not going to say to my people, go and give a vote to the Communist Party. So at that time, they will find things that these are a threat to us, because we're not going to come to a power. So that's what they did in Russia. They banned everything, which is the people they call the birthplace of Sufism. It's not the birthplace, but it is the high saints came out from that part. And until today, the Russia is gone, but it's still banned, because they know that when you're coming to vote, because now we're coming, building bridge now between the spirituality, religion, and the politics coming into it together now. So the Shaykh must be a wise man to understand not only the worldly matters, but to be able to understand how the politics is taking direction, and how to direct people in spirituality, in spiritual way. How to say to a person, okay, you work enough, now don't work anymore. Sit here and make zikr. Don't go because you have enough money. How to be able to say to the other one, you are young, don't sit here only, go to work. So the Shaykh, it is not only a community leader, it's like a master, a guide to a people. So when the governments, they are looking, saying, these Sheikhs, they're not letting these people to give us a vote, so we must bring them down. Bringing them down, the whole world is watching. If they are taking you as an individual, the world is watching. Human rights watching, this watching, that watching. So they find more easy saying, ban Sufism. When you ban Sufism, automatically the Shaykh is ban everything. Ban. So you want to learn your religion? Go to a church or go to a mosque. Learn from that person that I appointed for you. But as I say, if the person is in the payroll, he's going to speak what they say to him. I am not in the payroll. I have no fear from anyone. And my fear is my Lord. Now, I am not expecting anything from you here to give me something or any wealth. I am speaking for my Lord. And what is my need? My need is one piece of bread for today. I have a clothes and I have a shelter. That is what really my need is. That's what really the community leader, the Shaykh, has to worry. But the other ones, the other people, they should worry. What they have to do, how they're going to live, how they're going to pay their mortgage, this and that. But the Shaykh should not worry with himself with these kind of things. should be worrying with his people's problems to try to solve their problems, if it's spiritually, if it's worldly, if it's mentally, if it's materialistically. If you are poor, Shaykh knows a rich man, saying to him, give that much money to this person. That man must follow, because he has to reach to others. So the Shaykh knows Shaykh. In Turkish, we say Shaykh is the hand that is taking. That's why. Another thing I have to tell you now, you don't know, you must know this now. I'm just joking, you must know. When Mevlevis, Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, they are turning like this, they put their hand like this, and their feet like this, one is like this, and they will turn like this. He's turning and he's building relationship from earth to the paradises. As you know, everything is circling in their own orbit. So when man learns how to circle in his own orbit, he will be able to reach to the station. So when Mevlana was holding his hand like that and putting his hand down, saying, I am taking from my Lord and I am giving to a mankind. So I am a mediator between that one and you. So all sheikhs supposed to be like that. But all sheikhs, they are not like that. So then we have problems. So the communities, they get into trouble. And the governments, of course, they never going to like. Well, I tell you, you are taking a video cassette. If you go and you tell that video cassette to a Turkish embassy now saying, look, this Turkish guy, what he's saying, they will put a arrest warrant on me when I enter to Turkey. They say, you go there and you're fooling Americans with this come here, they put you in jail. But we are not expecting anything from them. We are not expecting anything from others. We are just trying to sincerely, believing by my heart, trying to find way to learn each other and to love each other and to respect each other. And that is the way that we believe and we practice. This is the way that you believe and we practice. You cannot tell me you are wrong. I cannot tell you you are wrong. But I can tell you, when you are bankrupt with this and you're finding no more peace, nothing else coming to you, then come to me. I have something to give to you that time. The person who comes to a sheikh, he comes with his own intelligence, with his own mind. He already reached to certain stations. He already knows certain secrets of this world. He cannot figure out certain things, so he comes to a sheikh. So he sits in the association of the sheikh and he listens. He has the right to accept or not to accept. He doesn't have the right to fight about it, but he has the right to question. Until he realizes that is a master, that is my guide. I can trust that one. When you trust that one, you go, you say, I am submitting, initiating to you. Meaning, I am accepting what you're going to tell me, what I have to do. So that time, he looks at you, he says, okay, the world, or the benefits of this world, or the world, the matters, holding you from one angle. As someone who stood up, he looked at Jesus, he loved him. He loved his companion, he says to him, Jesus, what should I do to enter to paradise? He looked at him, he sees through him right away what he loves. He says to him, for you entering to a paradise, go sell everything that you own. Take all that money, go distribute to the poor people, and come and follow me. Live like me. He says, you mean all my wealth that is left to me from my fathers or my forefathers, sell it to give it to strangers that I don't know? He says, you ask me the entrance of paradise. For you, that's what it is, because you want paradise from one side, but you don't want to give up from this world. So when Jesus looked at him, you see, he is in love with this world. So he hit him from that angle. He says to him, first, get rid of that love. When you get rid of that love from your heart, you find a space to put others' love. You find a space to put really your Lord's love in it. Otherwise, when that love is occupying your heart, you cannot be able to find a space to put that, and you're not going to be successful in that work that you are doing. Of course, our door, which while I'm entering here, I see a new church also saying, all welcome. Isn't that what it's saying? Saying all welcome. Meaning all kinds of people, all kinds of faith is welcome. That's why I'm here. I'm very happy about it. Because same thing we believe. Same thing, that's what it says in our door. It said, all welcome. Doesn't matter what is your faith is. Doesn't matter what is your belief is. Come, learn how to sit with each other, to eat together, to join the meal first that the Lord is giving to us, to learn how to be thankful to that, then you will not fight that time. Then you will find a way to say, if we are not fighting, we have so much space, we have so much time, what are we going to do with it? We have to progress spiritually, we have to turn to spiritual world.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
Islam is two principles, sitting on two principles. One is to learn how to worship your Lord. Second, learn how to help and to reach His creation. If a person does these two things, then he will reach to the highest station. Without separating, saying, this is Christian, this is Jew, this is black, this is white, this is green, this is yellow. Originally, we all created from same thing. We have the same material, creation material. So Allah saying to us in Holy Quran, we have separated you in different nations, different tribes, to go find one in each other and to learn from each other, and to exchange and to learn and to improve yourself to become better ones. To become better ones to divine service. In reality, we all for divine service. We are not for our own service, our own ego service, but for the greater service. We have to be in His service. When we are in His service, that time we will be able to look His creatures saying, this is His creature. My duty is to serve that creature. If I am serving my Lord, my duty is to serve that creature. So this is the main faith I believe that every one of us here we are sharing. I don't think that any one of us here finding separation here. Our duty is to love each other as all men and to respect each other, respect each other's rights, and to learn how to know, how to communicate, and how to love each other. When we learn how to love each other, then we will be able to reach to our Creator. One of the hadiths, the relating hadith is meaning the words of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, saying to us, the one who does not says La ilaha illallah, meaning La ilaha illallah, there is no God but only one who created all. Because people, they have invented gods to themselves, they built idols, they did so many things, and they start worshipping to those things, and they said this is our God. So the Holy Prophet Muhammad saying, La ilaha illallah, there is no God that the man can create, but illallah, that one who have created everyone. Anyone who says this word and he believes, they are entering to paradise. That means that one has a faith. It says, but if you do not love each other, if you don't learn how to love each other, even if you say that word, you are not really reaching to the main roots of the faith.
Bedri düzen